absolutely love the shit out of stories like this. These hit me right into nostalgia, tug on all the right heartstrings, and overall, these are just feel-good stories in general about gaming, something I can heavily relate to, and I know many people watching this will be able to relate to it as well, because it's something, it's a very rare occurrence, but lucky as shit. You know, this is something I had to go and share with everybody and then talk about own personal experiences and thoughts on it, so here we go. Now, let me paint this picture for you. You are out and about, trying to go and pick up some retro video games, some old school classics that you had from back whenever you were younger because you're feeling nostalgic. You want to go and play, you know, your Castlevanias and your Mega Mans and your Sonic the Hedgehogs and shit. So you want to go out and pick up those kind of games because that's what you had. So you go into a game store locally, you go shuffling around through games, and all of a sudden you find what is most definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the games that you had whenever you were younger. And that happened. There's a store called Retro Reboot, and they post on their Twitter. They had a picture of a gentleman that this entire story is about, where he was doing such a thing. And he was looking around for these games, and he came across cartridges with his mother's handwriting on them. His mother had written his name on the cartridges, specifically, you know, like, he claimed ownership, like a dog whizzing on some stuff and a cat whizzing on some stuff. Why are they whizzing on everything? Anyhow, so he got to see this, and that has to be one of the most crazy experiences ever. Like, holy shit, that's them. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And I just found that to be so damn cool. You know, and I can relate to that because myself and many of my friends, whenever we were younger, we wrote our names on our cartridges all the time. I still remember when I first learned cursive in elementary school and had written my name, and it was big gigantic letters, but at the bottom of my NES cartridges. You know, there's lots of people out there who would put Nintendo Power stickers on the controllers, or they would go and paint up the consoles, or even like doodle on the cartridges themselves. I remember the first time I was doing it with pencil. I was like, this sucks. Eventually got a Sharpie. But seeing something like that, man, would that be cool. You know, that's a blast from our past and is like 100%, you know, all the stars aligned, this shit was meant to be. You know, it was supposed to come back to you, and I wish so damn much. You know, I've got a lot of the old games I had from back when I was younger. I don't have every single one of them, but I have damn near all of them. And I would love to have the originals. I wouldn't give a shit how messed up they are. I wouldn't care about anything like that. Knowing that they were the originals, that they were mine, would mean so much more because it's sentimental value. You know, you can remember sitting down after school on the weekends with your friends, with your family, playing a lot of these things. These actually become part of our history. You know, many of us gamers, this is, you know, this is important. Big time. And for me, like, I started collecting games in 1997, and I started with the PlayStation 1, so everything from that point forward is all original. I haven't traded away anything with the exception of some of the Sega Genesis games I got from that time after to go and start up my Saturn collection, which I got that Genesis collection back piece by piece over time, but this was a lot harder to come by, so that's why I did it. But all the stuff, like when I look over at the PS1 collection, which is over there on that wall, all of that's original. I can pick up my copy of Parasite Eve and be like, this is the one I got, this is the one I was making a big deal about to my friends. You know, I can pick up my copy of Star Ocean and be like, this is what I kept on going to school, and I had like the actual magazine pages ripped out to show my friends like, oh my god, this. You know, and that's a cool ass feeling because you start to relate to all these games in a different way because you have memories of them even further. You remember the day that you went out and you got them. You remember whenever you were reading about them in magazines, whenever you had played them with your friends and stuff, because and you still own that. You know, and there's a lot of collectors I've seen that kept all their original shit. They never got rid of it, and I always consider them so fucking lucky and fortunate. I wish I would have thought of stuff like that. I mean, hell, I even get that way about action figures and all sorts of collectibles and shit. Like, I wished I had my real Ghostbuster figures, for example, because I had so many of them, and I love that shit so much. I wish I had the original Lego sets that I had from when I was a kid, because I'd actually play those with my son, and I think that'd be cool. You know, we still get Lego sets now, and we put them together and stuff, and that's always fun, but, you know, nostalgia for me is important. You know, it's something that I don't ever want to forget about because it's part of my history. It's part of how I became the person I am today. And it's still a lot of stuff that can be enjoyed greatly. You know, I still watch lots of the shows from when I was younger. I still play lots of the games from when I was younger. I still like lots of the music that I heard whenever I was younger. That's how I became a metalhead, is growing up in a household that had rock and metal all the time. But to go into a store and find my original stuff just sitting there, I'm hoping that they cut them a deal. Like, I really am. I'm hoping that they're like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Half off, everything. Doesn't matter, just fucking take it. But I thought it was cool that they shared a story like that online. So much so that it was something that resonated to me, and I'm sure it can to many of you out there. And I know videos like this aren't the type that lots of people are probably going to even give a shit about, but I do, and this is something I just think is really fucking cool. I want to share with everybody. Hell, if you want to share the story, you know, totally do that. I'm going to include the link to that store in the description, well, their Twitter, because that's what I ended up finding it on. And, you know, just check that out. I think, again, this is just an awesome story. If you have a similar story at all, anything like that, you know, if you want to make a video and respond to this or whatever, please do that. Or just share in the comments, you know, the entire thing. You can put entire goddamn fucking biographies inside the comments section now, so everything will be fine. But yeah. That's fucking awesome. Big thumbs up to that story, and now I kind of want to go to that store, legitimately. After seeing it, I was just like, dude, that's fucking awesome! Plus, I like finding new video game stores. Road trip! Yeah. So, anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on.